Morning. Anybody with a front door to their house knows what global warming is. Personally, I moved up here over 10 years ago. In the first 5 of those 10 years, I didn't know what freezing rain was. And about, well, let's say 6 years after that, freezing rain came along and it hasn't been the same since. I mean, this is just basic effects of global warming. I mean, we see it in our everyday lives and we really don't take much notice to it, but this is only the beginning. It's going to get worse. And there's a lot of organizations that, address this subject, but very few of them actually take action to keep this, in check. I did a pretty wide search on Google, and I came up with the Union of Concerned Scientists, which is a group of 250,000 scientists and concerned citizens that address this situation. The higher-ups, they talk to the major automotive companies and architectural foundations on, building better cars and, building better cars and better structured buildings, like the green buildings, like the one they just built in Philadelphia. But there's other organizations like this. I mean, you got like Greenpeace, but Greenpeace is really a bunch of dudes going, save the world, man, and they hang signs off bridges, and we're just looking for something that's actually going to be like useful and not just spouting off like protests and whatnot. So anyway, you're looking at this, homeboy here's having a bad day. Just judging, this is what it's like, everything's going to hell up in the Arctic Circle. All the ice caps are melting. Usually this whole entire sea would be loaded with things that he could grab onto, but he's hanging on this little mushroom-shaped iceberg there, and he's just having a really hard time right now. This is just a picture of where that red outline is. Back in 1979, that's where the Arctic Circle used to be. This is it now. This is what it's looking like, and it's only getting worse. This is a glacier in Patagonia, which is in South America. The first one, the black and white one's 1928. And this is the same one, well, different view, but the same one in 2004. Obviously, there's quite a comprehensible difference there. And this is a glacier in Alaska in 1914. I think it's the Portage Glacier. And this is the same glacier in 2004. So obviously you go back, you go forth. This is all taken the same month, just years ahead of time. These are wildfires in San Diego. That's a pretty devastating scene, if you ask me, honestly. It's just, this is going to happen more. I mean, this is going to become more frequent as time goes on. And really, if we don't take action, we're all screwed. This is one of the major legislations that they brought forth in 2009. Anybody here G20? It's a group of, it was Barack Obama and a bunch of other guys, like world leaders and stuff. They all met up and tried to, come up with a solution to all the problems that we're facing. And they came up with this bill afterwards, and this is just the summary of it. The bill's like that thick, man. Nobody's going to read it, but that was just, they're coming up with solutions, but they're not the solutions we really need. But anyway, after this, they're making steps now, but these steps are coming a little late. I mean, as long as America has a dependence on oil, and yeah, that oil ain't going nowhere. What we can do to help, honestly, there's actually, where we live, it's kind of hard to do much. I mean, they suggest simple things like ride your bike. We live in the mountains. It takes me 25 minutes to get to school now if I don't have the Golden Girls driving in front of me going 40 in a 55. Those goofy light bulbs that you see, those ones that, they're fluorescent ones, they're actually like something you can do. It's simple to go out and buy one. But they have their downfalls too. Like, you can't put them in a cold, like I put them in the garage, they go out because they need room temperature to work. And they hum. There's other things you can do though, like I mean, just stuff with your car. Keep your tires in check. Check your oil. Check your air filter. Stuff like that. I mean, it'll save you a little money in the process, but you'll also get better gas mileage, and that kind of stuff really makes a difference in the emissions that we put into the air. And just going down the road here, I mean, if this is all happening like faster than anybody predicted, in the next 20 or 30 years, we are the cause of all this. We as a people are the cause of all this, and we're the cancer of this planet. And this planet is going to go on with or without us. And what the planet is pretty much doing is killing us off slowly. I mean, like, this is a little weird to say, but like all the bad things that are happening. This is the planet reacting to our presence here. I mean, we had a tsunami that hit Asia, and it killed 50,000 people. 50,000 people is a lot of people. And we have things like Katrina and stuff like that. More storms are coming, and it's just killing us off slowly. And that's what the planet, I feel, is doing to us. It's just more erratic weather changes, and it's just only going to get worse. As the population increases over the next 20 and 30 years, here, this is suburban Philadelphia in another 20, 30 years. This is Bucks County. As the population increases, Bucks County will probably become part of Philadelphia and New York. I mean, we're stuck in the middle between New York and Philadelphia. And when it keeps going up, the emissions are going to keep going up, and we're just going to, it's going to be like, oh, it's going to be convenient, but, you know, there's going to be a Wawa's here someday, but still. Oceans are going to rise. Every year, the planet gets 1% and 1 degree warmer. What's that mean? It means that there's shelves in Alaska, all the glacier stuff, they're 32 degrees right now. And when it turns 33, they melt. And it's just going to keep going that way until there's nothing left. Drought is going to affect a lot of the thing, and you're going to see, you know, diarrhea-related diseases going up in third world countries. Like, you're going to see, like, places like Vietnam and stuff like that, they're going to have a whole lot more dysentery and stuff like that just by the climate going up. All the mosquitoes and stuff that carry disease is going to wipe out a sizable amount of third world country citizens. And it's going to screw our crop system up something awful. I mean, this is all really not a really good thing to think about. But, you know, it's just not something that you really want to hear at this time in the morning or ever. I'd rather be ignorant to the whole thing and pretend it doesn't exist. But this is happening whether we like it or not. And what we can do to help is really just keep ourselves in check, you know, try to be efficient when you can. Use, you know, wash clothes with a full, like wash your clothes with a full load, not just a half load, or wash one thing, which I'm guilty of doing myself. And just be smart and, you know, treat the planet with a little respect, and maybe we can hang on for a little while longer. Thank you.